What's up, ladies and gentlemen? If you are attending on the Zoom webinar, please let us know if you can see the sexy honeys on the screen and hear this voice. Just want to make sure all of our tech is working before we get started in about 6 minutes. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Good deal. Looks like everything is working. You're in for a treat today. We're finally here. We finally made it. And this is one of the best trainings I've ever seen in my life. Chris is going to dazzle you with his wisdom. And I'm going to force him to turn his video on here in a second too, so you can see him look into your soul and teach you about advertising. Why don't you tell us where you are attending from? Tell us how your day is going. And we will get started here in just about 5 minutes. Atlanta. Very nice. Love it. Devin says TNF HQ. Yeah, you are. Vermont. Beautiful Vermont. Adrian is in Wales. Come on. Montreal, sunny Orlando, Florida. Moved to Nashville. Ben Perry. Come on, just do it. Upstate Central New York, Waco, Texas, Colorado Springs, all over the country and all over the globe. Smashville. Come on, Mark. It's time to do it. Working remote in California today. What's up, Chelsea? Good to see you on here. You got people on Facebook. Tampa, Florida, Peru. Come on. New York City, San Diego. What a beautiful place. One of my dream cities, San Diego, California. Amir coming in from the Middle East. Natalia says, I'd love to move to Nashville. Well, you're welcome anytime. Come on. This is a beautiful city. Cool. You guys see that timer in the top left-hand corner of the screen? When it hits 0, we are beginning. So get hyped up, get a drink of water, get some coffee, whatever you need to do it so you can lean in. Also, I would recommend grabbing a notebook, a physical notebook and a pen. Shut everything else down. You don't want anything else on your laptop or if you're on your phone. I'm telling you, multitasking is going to rob you of today's experience. Grab something, actually take some old school handwritten notes. It's going to change your life. I promise you. Can't wait to see you. Let's go. All right. It is time to begin. Chris, you there? Christopher?
Yo!
It's time to show your face. People want to see you. Just saying.
I don't know if they can handle that, boy.
They can handle it. They can handle it. Hey, Chelsea says, you know that we love you guys when we're taking time out of our vacation to attend this training. I think she should just win a prize. We haven't even done any giveaways, but Sloan, maybe you could send her something. Ashley, you could send her something. Hey, just so you guys know, this training has been brewing for about a year. It's a long time, and we are finally here. I can't wait to share with you. Chris, are you going to turn your video on or no? I can't see
Bro, it says you can't start your video because the host has stopped it.
I did not do that. So
that would be you, man.
Hold on. Let me see. There we go. Try now. There he is. There he is. Okay.
Hey guys, confession is actually my fault because I gave up the rights.
Matt Stanfield says, bro, learn to use a computer. And I know he was talking about you, not about me. But anyways, hey, listen, this has been brewing for a year. We're finally here. I'm so excited. I literally cannot wait for you to see this. I cut like probably 40% of Chris's training out because it was too good. We would have been here for 6 hours, but still, nonetheless, it's going to be amazing. And if you don't know, we are launching a brand new book today as well. And this is kind of like a supplement segue kind of into that book. And it's going to be intense. We're going to talk about the new, Chris has got a picture held up right there. We're going to talk a lot about advertising. So let me just give you a run through of what today is going to cover. By the way, if you've never been on a presentation with us before, we get down and we get dirty. And we talk about things nobody is talking about. But I expect you to talk back to me or I will just pack up my toys and I will leave. Chris, I'll tell you, I've left before.
That's true.
Just packed up my toys and I've left because I am high maintenance. Anyways, it's not all true, but sort of it is true. So anyways, talking about the building blocks of modern day profit-driven advertising. One of our consultancies, and we spend a couple $100,000 a month in advertising. And Chris is trying to spend it as fast as we can make it. We're going to talk about how we do that, what it looks like. And each of these different points can make you rich by themselves. That's the beauty of what we're doing is we're layering different topics on top of each other to really make sure that it's guaranteed to be life-changing for you. Number two, we're going to talk about economics and cash flow. How many of you would like to sit down and play a game, chess, poker? Maybe let's say there's money involved and you were guaranteed to win. How many of you would play that game? Raise your hand or say aye.
Aye.
Jennifer says yes. Everyone's raising their hands. I would play that game. Here's the beauty of advertising the way that we advertise is you can rig the numbers and you can pretty much guarantee that you're going to make money in return. You're not going to lose money. It's amazing. We're going to talk about turning revenue into wealth. There's a difference, ladies and gentlemen, between being able to run a couple ads here and there and then actually being able to build long-term success, campaign after campaign, and becoming a wealthy individual. We're going to talk to you how to do that. There's actually 3 things that can enable you to do this. Going to give you some extra resources, but some quick advice. I am rushing through this intro so that we can get into the good stuff. I advise you, I implore you to turn everything else off except for this webinar. Put your phone on Do Not Disturb. Take some notes with something physical, an actual pen or piece of paper. And the reason that I'm saying this is because I, like you, have been on multiple trainings and I've gotten to the end and I've wondered, what did I learn? What were they even talking about? Not because it wasn't amazing, but because I was multitasking. And I have to tell you this, I convinced Chris to write this book and to do this training. That is legit.
True.
He will admit that. Twisted his arm and said, we have to do this. You have 2 cash millionaires sitting in front of you, and we built this in the last 3.5 years. And Chris's perfect day, he's a brilliant advertiser, but his perfect day is being in a cave writing ads. That is just what he loves to do. I said, bro, you got to get out in front of the people. You got to be a man to the people. It's time to share this.
Sun on my skin, my old skin.
Okay. All right. He's a little rusty, but he's going to, we'll catch him up.
Work into this.
Do not make the mistake of getting halfway through this and realizing you participated 50%. Okay. And you're wondering what what did I really learn from today? Because what the roadmap for today is to take you from a place where you might be stranded with no strategy. You have a yo-yo business growth. Maybe you don't really know what's causing things to grow. You don't really know why you're not making the money or why you're not experiencing the level of success you want. You've got a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear. How many of you would say that you would love to have less uncertainty in your business? You would love to have less fear in your business, more control, more certainty. That's where we want to take you to today, because advertising is one of the best skill sets to create control in your life and in your business. And the beautiful thing about me and Chris and our companies is you don't have to trust us. There's no blind faith necessary today. These are principles and concepts that we're not just saying these might work. We've kind of thought of this in a dark room. No, we've tested this with thousands of clients. You can see client after client after client. And what you're going to get today is the science behind why this is working. You're going to get the science behind how we test new concepts. And you might be saying, well, hey, this sounds really cool. I love your voice. I love your hair. All of it's amazing. But I have referrals for my business. Or, I run an e-com and, we don't really use advertising. What's the point? Well, here's why this is really important for you today. We live in changing times, changing economies. The game has completely changed. And you're no longer protected by geographic location or referrals or a good product. How many of you have heard that the best marketing is a good product? If you've heard that before, say yes. I've heard that. Here's the problem with that is it's not true anymore. And before you, curse me and say that I'm a blasphemous advertiser, here's why I'm saying that. You got companies like Amazon and Facebook and Google, and these companies, Amazon right now is actually taking the top market or the top products on their platform. They're reverse engineering the platforms and they're selling them for cheaper. Dirty dogs. Ooh. Bezos is a dirty dog.
You dirty dog.
But here's the thing. You're not safe anymore just because you have a good product. You can't compete with people who are bigger than you, faster than you, stronger than you, have more money than you, unless you understand advertising and attention. And this is what allows people to compete with people that are bigger than them and still win and dominate. So here's what you're going to see over the next few years. A lot of people are going to lose. They're not going to adapt. They're going to ignore trainings like this. They're going to continue on in an old way of growing their business. Maybe they're dependent on referrals or network luncheons and all this stupid stuff that's not going to work in the future. But a few will win and they will capitalize on the changing economy and they will learn to adapt. And they'll participate in trainings like this and be willing to fight for what they want. And here's the ultimate choice. You get to decide which level of the fence you fall on. You get to decide whether advertising is going to be an asset that carries you to your goals, or whether you're going to be like the ship on the left side of the screen and your business is going to sink down into the depths of the sea. And you get to choose that. And today is a big deal because we're going to equip you with the skill sets necessary to be able to choose wisely. And I hope this is making sense so far. Without further ado, I want to actually just skip all the other introductions and we're just going to go right into the content. And I want to welcome Chris Evans, who is the only man I know that is so cool he can quote himself, which he's done so here on this screen. And this is Chris in a private plane because I don't know why. But anyways.
Hey, thanks for putting that GIF on there that makes me look like I have Tourette's. Appreciate that.
You do look like you have Tourette's. Hey, before Chris gets going, let me just tell you this. Me and Chris make fun of each other a lot, but he's one of the best advertisers in the game today. He spends several $100,000s a month in advertising. He's built probably a lot of the companies that you might have bought products from in the internet marketing game. He built them years ago. And so he doesn't come out. He's not a braggadocious type like me. It's like, man, if I've done something cool, everybody's going to know about it. I'm like, I did this. And Chris is not. But man, you guys have a opportunity. It's such a privilege to sit down today and learn from him. And hopefully he doesn't hold anything back. So before we get going, people on Zoom, can you hear us? Are you ready to go? Get a yay or nay in the chat box, please. Stop raising your hands. That was a long time ago. Nobody raise their hands anymore. Use the chat. It's stressing me out.
Hey, don't let Taylor fool you. He's a brilliant marketer and advertiser himself. And this presentation would not be possible if it wasn't for him. So
Well.
I do think that my hair is probably better than Taylor's, but we'll just leave that right there. All right, can we jump in?
Yep.
I hope the people on Facebook can keep up with our pace. Congratulations to the people on Zoom. All right, the building blocks of intelligent advertising. I'm gonna give you 3. Number 1, these are crucial, my friends. Number 1 is discovery of need. We're gonna jump right in. Discovery of need. Here's the deal. The house will crumble if you don't have this. Do you understand? This is super important. Number 2, earned attention. Earned attention. You guys with me? All right, earned attention. Number 3, conversion tactics. So for this first section, we are going to cover each of these building blocks in detail. Building block number 1, need, is the ability to find a hot and hungry market with a big problem they need solved. So the key word here is necessity. This is crucial. Well, Chris, why is it so important? Here's the deal. Wants are nice, needs, those are requirements. So it doesn't matter if you're selling a $7 product or a $7,000 product, okay? The same foundational principles apply. And one of my favorite marketers of all time, Mr. Gary Halbert, this guy was unbelievable. He says that products are a dime a dozen. Very true. They are important, but much less crucial to success than finding a hot market. Okay, so Chris, that sounds great. So discovery of need, how do I do that? Listen, I'm gonna give you 2 steps. All right, step number 1, identify a problem you are passionate about solving. If you're not passionate about the solution, you will constantly struggle to actually advertise profitably. Because here's the deal, when you advertise, and I'm sure any of you who have jumped on, whether you've done an organic post or you've actually put money behind ads, when obstacles come, which they will, your passion is one of the things that's going to get you through, right? So this is crucial. This is something that Taylor and I have discovered through this whole process. A lot of times when things have just sucked, we've had obstacles, it's been the passion about our solution in helping people that's gotten us through to the other side. Number two, position your solution as the best available option to that problem. So Chris, how did you learn this? Well, I actually learned this the hard way. I had an offer that I created that the market absolutely did not give a crap about. So I missed these major fundamental keys, right? These 2 steps. I spent months on the presentation of this product. I made it look beautiful, and I didn't take the time to actually invest in discovering what the market's need, their necessity was. And so when I launched it, literally spending months, a lot of money, a lot of time, it completely bombed because the market didn't have a necessity. They didn't have a hunger for my quote solution, and it just failed. It bombed. It was terrible. It was embarrassing. And I'm not going to talk about it anymore. What you guys think about that? Just being honest here. Is that okay? Can I be honest? All right. So why am I spending time here? Because if the need isn't discovered and the solution doesn't look like it will solve the problem, that's important. The positioning, the other building blocks simply won't work. True? True. All right, so I made this fancy little grid by myself. Did all this myself. Here's the deal. The more passionate you are and the more painful the problem is, the more money your advertising campaigns will make. So you'll discover the pull of momentum versus the push to get momentum. You will not last if you don't have a passion for what you're doing. This goes for your clients as well. So you guys and gals out there, if you are working with clients and if they don't have this, then they will fail no matter how good you are. Your clients have to have this as well. So passion contributes to confidence. And again, it doesn't matter if it's a $7 product, a $7,000, $70,000 product. Your passion contributes to confidence, and prospects will always rely on your confidence to buy. This is super, super important. So what I want you to do is I want you to rate your passion The thing that you are solving, your passion for that thing, I want you to rate that from a scale 0 to 10, 1 to 10. And I want you to rate the problem that you're solving. And I want you to figure out where you are on this spectrum. So use this grid to figure out the likelihood of success of your advertising. So clients and entrepreneurs, like, it's not just high ticket stuff, right? This is no matter what the product is that you are selling. That makes sense? You guys with me? So we've got Brett and Adrian. What about everybody else? All right. Building block number 2. Say number 2. Attention.
Bro, hold on. Glenn, we have Glenn Hodenot from Saskatchewan on Facebook Live, and he said that GIF at the bottom is so creepy.
Glenn, I'm glad you identified that.
He's probably in the same dark room doing the same weird stuff he's doing 2 years ago. All right, sorry. Back to you, man.
Hey, I'm glad that you pointed that out. That was really important.
Okay, sorry.
All right. Block number 2, building block number 2 is attention, the ability to attract a market with the problems that you can solve. Yo, this is super important. All right, so for the rest of this training, we will refer to attention in terms of units. We talk a lot about this in the book, Intelligent Advertiser. So we'll talk more about that in the economic session. But attention is the most underrated form of currency probably on the entire planet today. Many, many people underrate the power of getting the attention of your market. Would you agree with that, Lil Tay?
100%, dude.
It's difficult to get. And I'd say that it's probably harder to keep. So I'm going to show you guys how to get it and how to keep it. I believe there are 3 mistakes, primary mistakes that people make when getting the attention of their market. You guys want it?
Hey, you need to speed up. I'm just telling you right now, we're going to run out of time.
I need to speed up.
You need to speed up.
I thought I was going too fast.
We have like 110 slides, and yeah, you gotta whiplash.
All right. Number 1, they don't show up at all. So we had a past client who was awesome. Her name was Tasha. She had this incredible product the market needed. And the thing that she would say is, I don't know what to say, so I'm not going to say anything at all. All right, this is the benefit of having guys like me and Taylor and our team in your corner, is we're going to push you out there, and sometimes we're going to tell you what to say, right? Number 2, they show up the wrong way. Here's the deal. Nobody cares about you when it just comes down to it. They care about getting their problems fixed. So talk about them. Talk about their problems. Because here's the deal. You don't deserve their attention. You have to earn their attention. That's the key. Okay. Number 3, they show up inconsistently. It's like this. Here's my beautiful wife, Missy. She runs the business. She is the CEO. Taylor and I, we are her servants, basically. No, but if I were to come to Missy and I say, hey, babe, a couple times a week for 30 days, I love you. You're amazing. And then I disappeared for 90 days. How would that relationship go?
She'd kill you in your sleep.
She probably would kill me. Right. But you have to consistently show up and invest into your market. Well, Chris, that sounds great. But how do I do that? Well, what if you had a template or a formula to follow to make sure you're showing up with consistency and being effective in what you say? Becoming a successful and profitable advertiser is a process of building the muscles. So if you're not sure what to do, I got you. I got you, boo. Don't worry. We call this the 5x4 formula. So we created this formula because it's doable. I couldn't resist. I had to. It's amazing the amount of people who are frozen because their brain overcomplicates the process of getting attention. With this formula, you can start today. No excuses. I want to see you all doing. All right. Number 1, I want you to list out, this is simple, guys, list out 5 problems your market is currently facing. So put this into a written post, do video. My preference is video. I want you to put this on your fan page. If you don't know what a fan page is, Google it. All right. Number 2, 5 demonstrations of proof. Demonstrating proof, case studies, yes, but also Just demonstrating that you know the journey of the market. You know what they're dealing with, right? And if you can demonstrate what the market's dealing with, their issues, and they will trust you, and you need trust for them to buy from you. Number three, I want you to invest at least $5 a day in ad spend. $5 a day in ad spend. So post this content on your fan page, put $5 total behind it. And the process of becoming an intelligent advertiser, again, is building the muscle of investing. It is amazing how many people are freaked out by putting money, just even a little bit, behind their advertising.
Dude, real quick.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are saying like, dude, $5 a day seems like nothing. Like, who dis? How this so cheap? $5 a day seems like nothing. We're talking about spending a couple $100,000. Here's the point: is like the whole point of having training like this and having access to people like Chris and whatever is it decreases the costs and the stupidity tax that you'll pay later when things don't work. So the people who don't, here's what we need to look at it like this: the people who don't have information like this to know how to do it, and we're going to get into further weeds later on how to do this. The people who don't have that, they're going to spend a lot more than $5 a day, and they're going to get a lot less results because they don't have the requisite information. So that's the beauty of training in today's day and age, being able to get access to people who can say, hey, here's how to do it. Here's how we're doing it. So don't look at $5 a day and be like, that's nothing. $5 a day with the right skill set is a lot more than $5,000 a day with the wrong skill set. Does that make sense?
Dude, Ben just said people will buy $6 Starbucks every day, but won't invest in ads. Come on, people. Ben knows what's up. All right, number 4. I want you to post 5 times a week. Oh my God, Chris, you're gonna make me post 5 times a week. You're such a tyrant. Post freaking 5 times a week. Get your daggone iPhone out, or hopefully if you're a Droid user, I'm sorry, but get it out, shoot a video, put it on your fan page, and you just got to do it. You got to do it.
100%.
You get better, you get stronger by doing. The point of this formula is that it gets you doing, and anybody can do it.
So real quick, I'm going to let him keep going, but we're going to do a giveaway here in a couple minutes. We're going to keep going. I want you to put your biggest takeaways thus far. Like the 5x4 formula, like Karen says, this makes it so doable. Yeah, it's simple and it works. Give us your best takeaways in the chat. And in a few slides, I think he's got one more section. We're going to take a break. We're going to read some of the takeaways. We're going to pick 4 people, and we're going to send you a special gift. One of them is worth a couple $100. It's really, really good. So go ahead and post that. We're going to keep going. Hopefully this is making sense. This is valuable. Let me see your takeaways. Chris, let's go.
All right. So just do it. Moving on. Building block number 3 is convert your people, taking the attention of the people who need what you can do for them and creating a return on attention by collecting money. The foundations are really what we've just covered, right? You've got a crowd with a necessity, a problem. You get their attention by the stuff that I'm showing you. Now, let's jump into a few tactics. Make sure you guys are putting your best takeaways for a chance to win. Do I have your permission to share some tactics? Yes. Give me some yeses.
Really bombed that question, bro.
Dude, that was terrible.
I have some share?
Can I share my life with you? All right. The quadrant of success. It's right here. It's holistic. So this is us diving into the weeds, and I actually talk about this in more detail in the book. I think like page 29. So you guys will want to get your hands on that. But here's the deal. Number 1, the opportunity problem. Number 2, attention, what we call tofu. Number 3, nurturing. That's mofu. I'll give you more information on this in a second. And number 4, converting. That's bofu. All right, we've talked about the first thing a little bit, right? We've talked about the problem or the opportunity, which is the problem. Next 3 quadrants are important. It comes to how you get them to convert. All right, so top of funnel. I'm going to run through these pretty quick because Taylor's just like over here whipping me and abusing me about how long I'm taking. I'm just trying to like spend time with you guys, invest with you guys. So whatever. We're not going to let him ruin our day, guys. All right. Tofu, attracting your market by leveraging the 4 E's. Say 4 E's. The 4 E's. Use this. Write this down. Be exciting. Be entertaining. Be energetic. Be educational. So follow these 4 E's and you'll earn their attention. Earn, keyword. And when you combine this with the 5x4 formula, you are well on your way. All right. So, you guys, are you screenshotting this? Hopefully you're getting this. All right, let's talk about MoFu. MoFu is all about nurturing the relationship and generating trust. Trust that you can actually solve the problem that you say that you can solve. This is massive, right? So for example, this training, this could be an example of MoFu. We're going through, we're actually giving you guys value, this like deep, good stuff, right? So you might have sort of known who we are before, but now we're investing into you. We are nurturing the relationship that we have with you, all right? So the last one, bottom of funnel, BOFU. This is a conversion process. So this is when you withdraw from the equity that you've built, right? All the investing, all the stuff that you've given them, the 5x4 formula, the 4 E's, the time, everything you have invested. Now you have equity that you can withdraw. Simply the conversion process is inviting your prospects to enter a deeper financial and results-based relationship with you. So there are 4 ways to being successful converting prospects to buyers. Way number 1, say number 1. Way number 1, make offers. Number 2, make offers. Number 3, make offers. Number 4. All right. Yeah, I'm overemphasizing this, but here's the deal. We have discovered, and Taylor, if I'm not telling the truth, just call me out. But we discovered the more offers we make to the market, the more revenue we generate and the more people we help. True?
True.
It's unbelievable. So you guys have to make offers. Your revenue is directly connected by how many offers you're making. Again, doesn't matter if it's a $7 product or $7,000 product. Feeling good?
Yes. Freaking yes. Here's what I want you guys to do. I'm feeling amazing. If you're on Facebook, I want you to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, just this first section. We have 3 of them. Rate on a scale of 10 how valuable this has been so far, and share this live stream. Share this live stream with the words "watch this." And what Ashton's going to do, Ashton, I want you to read some takeaways. We're going to pick 2 or 3 from Zoom, and then why don't we pick a few from Facebook? They have to share the live stream or they're not qualified to win a giveaway. Ashton, you can just go through Facebook, rate this, share it, and we'll pick you maybe for the giveaway. Let's read some takeaways. Come on, Ashton, teach us.
Awesome. So Omar said, takeaway from my notes, systems and ideas are worthless without consistency. So true. Jawad said, the greater your passion to solve the problem, the more confidence you can exude when selling the solution. So true. Miles Murphy, we must earn people's attention. Paul Cupp, takeaway, necessity plus consistency equals trust equals conversion. Andrew Mundy says the ability to attract is the most underrated form of currency and is definitely a great takeaway. It seems simple, yet so many of us forget it.
Hey, my favorite takeaway from Facebook is these mofos are masters of MoFu. Whoever that was. Don't forget on Facebook, go ahead and share this. And Ashton, why don't you pick 2 or 3 from Zoom, and then you can pick 2 or 3 from Facebook. Do you want to announce the people that you're sending this giveaway to on Zoom?
I sure can. Actually, you know what? Let's hold up.
You want to keep it a surprise?
I want to keep it a surprise.
Oh, you dirty little dog.
All right. Okay. He's a marketer. All right. You guys feeling good about this? We'll keep going if you guys are good. We have 2 more parts left.
We could share the winners at the very end. Open loop.
I like that. I like that a lot. Cool. All right. Let's talk about economics and cash flow. Academics.
Bro, do you not have your coffee? Come on, man.
No, I got my coffee. I just was in awe of your wisdom that I've been over here taking notes and got my $1,000 here in front of me. And, you know, Shay says this is good stuff.
Prove it.
Good to hear.
Let me see
All
that
right. Economics and cash flow. Here you go. Here you go. This is the point. You got to learn to see the system mechanically if you want to win the game. So Chris took us through really good training on the 4 E's and the 5x4 and how to actually earn some of that attention. He took you through tofu, mofu, bofu. But now I want to teach you how to reverse engineer your advertising economics to produce the results that you want. This is really disconnecting from looking at your business or looking at your client's business through the lens of an emotion to looking at it through the lens of a machine. Okay, here's the only 2 things that matter. Only 2. Only 2. Well, Taylor, it seems like a gross simplification. No, business is pretty simple. So there's only 2 things that matter. Number 1 is the cost per unit of attention. We're buying a lot of real estate right now. Think of it like real estate. You don't want to buy something unless you know how much it's going to cost you. Obviously, that's number 1. Number 2 is you want to know the profit per unit of attention. Same thing with real estate. I got to know how much rent this tenant's going to be paying me for me to decide whether the price is a good price. And if you know these 2 things, you can reverse engineer your numbers to get profitable cash flow from your advertising dollars. So let's talk about this. We're going to dive into some math for a minute. Let's say your goal is to produce a surplus of $100,000 a month in profit. $100,000 a month in profit with your advertising. Here's what you need to screenshot on this screen right here. This is we call this attention economics. And these are the different things you need to know. You've got your cost per click. This is what it cost me to get a unit of attention. Remember, it's not simplify everything down. How much does it cost me to get one person to give me their attention? Then you got your purchase percentage. How many of those units of attention end up buying my products? You got your product price. What is each customer worth to me in terms of money? And here's the formula. Your cost per click times your total clicks equals the total cost of attention. You with me so far? I'm going to go to a slide in just a minute that'll break it down even further. You got your total clicks times your purchase percentage times your purchase price equals your gross revenue. Okay. And then you've got your revenue minus your costs divided by total clicks equals profit per unit. When we did the presentation for Wealth Secrets, we did math like this and people were like, so I'm just going to break it down a little bit. So
keep that one more time.
So you don't jump out a window. But screenshot this before you move on. People on Zoom, talk to me. Is this okay? You with me? All right, cool. Here's how this would work. We're talking about attention economics. This is how simple it can be and should be. Got 1,000 clicks at $2 per click. Chris, what do you think is an average cost per click if like for our businesses?
$3.
$2 or $3. Let's just say $2, $2,000 spent. Let's say you have a 3% purchase rate. That says you got 1,000 units of attention. 3% of those people end up turning into customers. Okay, that's 30 customers. You've got $99 per customer. This is your purchase price. All I'm doing here, ladies and gentlemen, is I'm taking this little box here and I'm filling out these metrics for you. So at $99 a customer, you have 30 customers. That's $2,970 in gross revenue. And here's how you figure out the math. 2,970, that's your gross revenue, minus 2,000, which is what you spent, is $970 in profit. You take $970, you divide it by 1,000 clicks, and you get 97 cents in profit per unit of attention. Okay. You're like, well, Chris, 97 cents per unit of attention seems like bull.
How can I get wealthy on that?
Well, what if you took 97 cents? Chris, pull out your calculator real fast. Let's just do this live. And multiply 97 cents by 300,000 and tell me what you get.
It'd be like 297,000.
I think it's a little less than that. But you didn't do the math on your calculator, did you?
I did in my head.
I think it's around 290,000. But look, here's the moral of the story is this is why advertising is so great, because most of the time it will scale with you. And this, I'm telling you, advertising is the cheapest investment vehicle or asset class. And it's also the highest return on investment. There's nothing like it. And I'll explain it and break it down in a minute. But if this is like, oh, well, you went through that really fast, it's kind of crazy. Yeah, Shay says 291,000. All right, so if you got 300 clicks, $291,000 in profit, and typically we do numbers like that for clients in a month. At the end of this training, I'm going to give you our in-house calculator. You can see a picture of it here. and you just plug in the numbers that you want, and it'll spit out all the math. How many of you would like this? Say, hey, I would like this calculator that you use. Y'all are still raising your hands. I just love raising your hands. It's free. We're not going to charge you for it. I'll tell you how to get it, but this is how you really look at your attention economics and reverse engineer everything to hit the numbers that you want. Chris, is it making sense? You're looking at me.
Yeah, no. I think this is really, really important, dude. This is exactly how we build a 7-figure a month business.
Yep. It's true. It is 100% true. All right. So part number 3, turning revenue into wealth. Turning revenue into wealth. This is one of my favorite topics of all time. Because there's a lot of people who can, go out and do marginally well for themselves. But then there's a certain percentage, there's a certain class of people who have figured out the game, and they have the ability to actually turn income into long-term lasting wealth for themselves, their families, their children's families, so on and so forth. So there are 3 parts here when it comes to turning revenue into wealth. Number 1 is the theory of compounding returns. We're going to spend a little bit of time on this. Number 2 is decreasing of capital expenditures. And number 3 is value value of experience. Let me tell you real fast my thoughts. I did a training a while back with actually our in-house sales team for traffic and funnels. And I said, what's the difference between the poor, the rich, and the wealthy? And everybody's like, oh, the poor don't have money and the rich do. The wealthy have more than the rich. Like, no. That's not it. My definition, hopefully this rewires you and how you think about it. My definition of the poor, and it's not a derogatory or judgmental statement. It's just people who are bound in poverty. My definition of that is they lack control. They lack control. And if I were you, I would write this down somewhere in big letters on your paper, and you should circle it. And your goal in life should be to avoid lacking control, because that lack of control is going to bleed over into your finances. It's going to bleed into your family. It's going to bleed into your relationships. And that's my definition of poverty, is that you lack the control necessary to change your life where you want to. Make sense? The rich, they have money. That's my definition of the rich. But you can be rich and still lack control. But truly wealthy people, they have the requisite control to be able to build financial futures. They have the control to enjoy experiences. They have the control to be involved in the nonprofits that they care about and donate to their churches that they care about and take their children and their grandchildren on. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a difference between being wealthy and being rich. And the goal for me and the goal for Chris is to really, get into that next tier of being wealthy, not just with money, but just with being able to take the vacations that we want to take. And it's more than money. So experiences are really important, especially when it comes down to advertising. But before we get into those 3 things, I would like to do a pop quiz for the audience. Pop quiz. True or false? In the last 3 years, we have not paid for any luxury airfare. True or false? Come on, pop quiz. Let me know. This includes first class flights to Italy, Turks and Caicos, Dominican Republic, Israel. We're going to Paris this fall. I think, Chris, you might have booked your tickets this week.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So I got to book mine. True or false? In the last 3 years, we haven't paid for any luxury airfare. Just say false, true, false, true. Okay. Here's the second one. True or false? In the last 3 years, we haven't paid for any of our personal vacations. Michael Gale says, LOL, false. Love the mindsets that I'm seeing on this live stream today. Number 3, we don't even pay for ads out of pocket anymore. True or false? All right. Calculate your scores. This is what's true. In the last 3 years, we haven't paid for airfare. We haven't paid for personal vacations. And we don't pay for ads out of pockets anymore, or out of our pocket anymore. And Steven says, true, you pay using the proceeds. That's not true as well. That's not necessarily true, because we don't even pay for airfare anymore. It's not that we sort of pay them out of profits. We just don't pay for them at all. How is this possible? How is this possible? Well, we get deep into it inside of the book, which will give you an opportunity in a little bit to pick up. But really, the moral of the story that comes down to being able to create your own bank inside of your business. And David even says you find ways to liquidate these expenses. That's not what I'm talking about, guys. That is an amazing strategy, and we do use that. For the Dominican, part of how we paid for the hotels was we actually sold an event. But I'm talking about creating a bank inside of your business to where you're not actually having these expenses touch your pockets. And how we do this. Is this interesting to you guys, or is this like just crazy all over your heads? I can go deep into it, or we can just skip to the ends. Just want to make sure. Okay. The way we do this is we use credit. Ooh, bad word.
Whoa.
Bad word. We use credit, which is an amazing invention. Probably 99% of the wealthy people that you know utilize leverage and credit to do it. We use credit to finance advertising spend, and in the process, we build a vault of points. Okay, so Chris, how many points did it take for you to book your tickets to Paris?
Like 720,000.
So your first class, flying American Airlines.
Direct.
Mine's a little different. I'm about 1.25 million points with Delta because Delta sucks. More expensive. Anyways, moving on. So here we go. We use credit. We use credit cards. We have different credit cards to finance the advertising. And in the process, we build up a vault of points. And then these points can be used to cover costs of flights, hotels, vacations, miscellaneous expenses. Did you know that with one of our cards, we can actually use those points on Amazon? Did you see that?
I didn't see that.
It's in my Amazon checkout. And at the when I check out at the very end, when I pick the credit card, I can actually use points instead of money.
So what happened to all those points?
No, I haven't done that yet. So anyways, like I said, we go really, really deep into this in the book. We tell you which credit cards we use, the benefits of the different credit cards. But moral of the story is you want to build up a sort of like a bank, start thinking like a bank inside of your business. And a bonus here is that if we don't have the points for something, then we can actually, take it further than that, and we'll pay off the financing of these credit cards with purchases and sales. I think David earlier said liquidation. That's the term. We'll actually like this month we will spend, I don't know, $350, maybe $380,000, something like that in ads, and we'll liquidate approximately 150 of that, and then we'll pay off the rest through income that's generated from that business within 30 to 60 days. And in the process, we're building up points, which is a vault and a bank, so to speak, that we can use for flights, vacays, things like that. This you need to get your head wrapped around this, because that when you get it, it means you literally just don't pay for things anymore. Sounds crazy. That's why everyone in the chat is like, LOL, false, like it's a joke. But listen, it's true. It's real. And this is why we're teaching you this, is when you learn how to advertise and provide the right solutions and earn people's attention and convert them into people that you can take care of, you're able to fund everything through leverage and revenue production. Is this good? Here's the actual math that I was looking for. So this month we'll finance about $400K in advertising. We'll recoup over $150K of that within 30 days. And the rest plus profit we'll recoup within 90 days, paying off the financing, creating a surplus. This is the coolest gig in the world. Agreed?
Oh, yeah.
Like it. There's nothing like it. No other type of business gives you the opportunity to do things like this. So Brett says, makes so much sense. Holy shit. Yes, that is exactly what I want to hear. I'm glad that it's changing your life, putting out the light bulb. So anyways, we can come back to some of these questions here in a minute, but real quick, I want to tell you about two types of income, because the theory of compounding returns is real, and I want to show you how we use it, not only in our businesses, but our clients' businesses. The first type of income is linear income. Linear income. This is income that is produced by your time. It increases only in proportion to your time. Okay? You want to increase your income, you go get another job, you work more hours, you skip the lake on Saturday. You see what I'm saying? It's linear. And hopefully that linear income grows. But the second type of income is compounded residual income. This is money that you get from skill or results, separate from time. What are you laughing at?
Ben said this is the type of education you don't learn even when you pay MFs $100K for college.
It's true. It's 100% true. So the second type of income is compound or residual income. This is money that you get from skills. It's separated from your time. And the reason that people get stuck in linear income, the reason that people might spend their entire life working for trading their time is because at the beginning, linear is better. It seems like more money. You guys can see the wonderful, like, I don't know what they are, lines and stuff I've drawn on the screen. You can see at the beginning, linear income is going to pay out more at the beginning. But once you cross a certain thresholds, the compounded growth begins to kick in. And the thing I love about compounded income is it's not tied to your time. If you, like what I said earlier, like linear income, you go work more, you got to earn it, you got to put in the time for it. But compound income is created. You go build the skill set, and then you can create that income. So there's a big difference between the people who get to the end of their life and they still have to trade time for dollars versus the people who can trade solutions for dollars. And what does this have to do with advertising? Well, advertising creates compounded returns. I want to show you this. I want to blow your mind with this because this is the way I'm going to teach you to think about advertising is going to explode your income. Advertising creates compounded returns because each unit of attention can be duplicated without costing you more time. So let's put it into the example of real estate. We currently have over $1 million in real estate under contract to buy in the next 30 days. Okay. These are new pieces of real estate. We have a team that goes out and gets them. We're basically taking money out of one of our businesses, putting it into real estate. And we have a model for knowing which types of deals we should get. So each property will net us between $400 and $800 in monthly cash flow. Okay. You're like, well, that's not that much. Well, stay with me. That's the point. Our profit per unit, okay, real estate unit is $4,800 to $9,600 per year. Here's where things get interesting is we can add 1,000 properties, 10,000 properties, 25,000 properties, and still net the exact same amount per unit without costing any more time. How is this possible? Hot Diddy, how is this possible? Because it's compounded residual leverage-based income. It doesn't cost us more time. We can raise the scale and make more money without raising the amount of time. Make sense? Here's the point. The beautiful thing is you can do this with advertising. The difference is that a unit of attention, like we talked about earlier, is $2 instead of $25,000 to $50,000. Somebody say cheaper. Come on, type it out. Cheaper. $2. Would you rather spend $2 or $50,000? Which one? $2 or $50,000? Everyone who says $50,000, send me your credit card. I will run it today. No big deal. So the difference is vast in terms of cost, and the return or the profit per unit of attention can be several $1,000s within 30 days. This is amazing because you're looking at a piece of real estate that we have to put $30,000 into. And it's going to make us, $5,000 a year versus a piece of attention that's going to cost us $2. And we can make $20,000 from that unit of attention over 3 months. So you might see this and you're like, well, why are you guys even buying real estate if you can do this with advertising? Because to be honest, we have so much cash sitting in a vault that we're actually now in a different stage of the game. We're practicing asset protection and diversification. But I'm telling you that advertising is the greatest, most profitable skill set in the entire world based on real data. But you got to have the knowledge necessary to learn how to advertise intelligently. Is this making sense? Are you getting value from this? Scale of 1 to 10. How valuable has this been to your perspective? We got more to do, but I just want to check in with you and make sure you guys are okay.
10, 10, 11, 10, 10. Matt said nice, 10, 10. Got an 8, 10, 50, 150,000. All right, we're good.
Good. Advertising. It's the best way to go. It's the best thing you can do for your business, especially over the next few years. It's going to be the only real form of protection you have for your business. And we talked about it at the beginning, but let me ask you this question, if I can. I want you to participate and actually think about this, because I want you to think about the difference between somebody who enjoys compounded leveraged income versus the person who is stuck in a linear mindset where they're having to trade their time for dollars. What's the real difference between someone who at the end of their life, they can say, you know what, I created multiple streams of revenue. I decreased my capital expenditures so that my wealth was always growing, whether I was working or not. My family was taken care of. My grandkids are taken care of. We have long-term generational wealth. We have a long list of experiences and memories. And I really played 100% and enjoyed the fruit of that, versus the person who gets to the end and that big break that they always waited on never happens. And, they always were waiting on life to give them their lucky streak, and it never happens. And they're stuck at a level way below what they thought they would be at, but they've run out of time, because we all have a finite amount of time. Agreed? Time isn't infinite. We have a limited amount of time, and they get to the end and they blew it. What is the difference between these two people? Is it opportunity? You say, well, Taylor, some people just get more opportunity than others. False. Everybody gets a few opportunities in their lifetime to really grow and move forward, but some people just don't use it, right? Is it time? Hell no. We all get the same 24 hours. Warren Buffett, same amount of time that I do. He just uses it differently. Is it money? So many people look at successful people and they say, well, Chris and Taylor, if I had your kind of money, I would be able to. No. Because there are people who are further ahead than you are right now, and they started with less money than you have right now. So let's just that excuse off for a minute. I mean, it's being real. When I first started out, we all know the story, right? I had an Amex with like a freaking $1,000 limit on it. No, I didn't have any money. Most millionaires are self-made. Not in the sense of nobody helped them, but nobody gave them anything. Here's the truth is everything comes down to these two things. Whether you get to enjoy a fruitful, abundant life, or whether you're stuck in a level of lack and linear income, really comes down to your expertise and your implementation. Are you going to be the type of person who can identify what you don't know, then go out and get the skills to learn it? Or are you going to be the kind of person who sits back and waits for life to hand you your opportunity on a silver platter? What are you going to be? And the people who don't have expertise that win, they go out and they get the expertise and then they implement. Implementation is huge. Why? Because most people just sit around getting fat off of information, training after training after training after training. They come on, they learn the 5x4, they learn the 4 E's, they learn how we advertise, and then they don't do a damn thing. They don't post 5 times a week. They don't invest in. This is the thing. Expertise without implementation just means you die a genius, but you never actually realize.
It means you're selfish.
You're selfish. You don't get to share your gifts with other people. We're getting real and down and dirty right now. So it's expertise and it's implementation. It's really what it comes down to. So that said, we've talked about how advertising has changed, the building blocks, the 5x4, the 4 E's. We've talked about economics and attention economics and reverse engineering your goals. We've talked a little bit about compounding returns and linear income and all of those things. Can I share with you for a minute something that I believe is probably the most affordable and easiest way to create compounded income for you and your family?
Yes.
Share with you a way to decrease your capital expenditures and really, in the process, provide these awesome experiences with your family while still building wealth. Yay, nay? I want to share with you a way to create and command attention for your business, your products, your services, and create ultra profitable, on-demand revenue streams to fund your long-term lifestyle goals. Do I have your permission to share with you something that I believe is going to change your life? And it's basically going to be like this training on steroids. We're going to go deeper. We're going to share a little bit more tactical stuff. We're going to talk about at an even further level the quadrants. Let me know. Do you want me to tell you about this or not?
Dude, we got a lot of yeses.
What people saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, please. Go for it. Show me the money. Let's do it. Just do it. Yes. Yes, sir. And please, yes, you have my permission. Yes.
All right. All right. Lean in. Lean in. I'd like to introduce to you today
Now you said I raised my hand.
the Intelligent Advertising Bundle. Let me tell you what this is and how it works and what it looks like and what you're going to get from it and all of the above, all of the dirty details. We'll get into it right now. Number one, this bundle includes the Intelligent Advertiser Handbook. This is something that we had the idea to do about 8 months ago. And Chris has been working on this since what, February?
Yes.
March. We put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this. And I'm telling you, he goes really, really deep. And we had to go through this presentation so fast because, you know, we're already about an hour in and this is as deep as we could go with the time. So this is, I don't know how many pages it is, 70, 80 pages. And it's a handbook for how to advertise profitably, how to think about your campaigns. It includes this manuscript, which teaches echo targeting. If you don't know what echo targeting is, it is our method for engineering accurate ads. And this is the things that our team uses internally to go out and mirror the interests, the behaviors, the likes, the dislikes of your market. Remember, we talked at the beginning about identifying the pain, the solution, and then communicating to people in a way that aligns your solution. You guys remember that, right? This is how you do it. This is our private research and messaging tool. And I'm just putting numbers. We could sell the handbook for $49. We could probably sell echo targeting for a couple $100. In fact, I think the first time you taught it, Chris, it was $199 or $149 or something. So that's worth about $199. We've got the traffic and funnels attention economics calculator, which we're going to give to you for free as part of this bundle. We've probably made what, 11, 12 million from this?
Yep.
So I can say maybe we could conservatively value this at $100. $100 for 12 million. Maybe that's a good deal. Maybe it's not. I don't know. It's going to include a live event advertising and training. This is something that we recorded from one of our coaches. This coach owns several agencies, spent a couple $1 million in ads, and the only people in the room were 10,000 and above clients. And I don't believe we sell it anywhere else. So $10,000 to be in the room. Let's say that this is a $299 value, bringing the value down as low as I can to be conservative. And then to top it off, for the first 300 people that get in on this today, we're going to invite you to a private live Q&A. This is going to be with Chris and our lead media buyer. Again, last month, they spent $250,000 in ads profitably. And look, let's say you get this bundle. I saw a couple comments earlier. They're like, I'm going to start advertising, or I'm going to ramp up my advertising. Let's say you get this bundle. It teaches you how we do what we do. And you run into a snag and you're like, oh, crap. Well, you can just hop on this Q&A next month. You can ask the gods of marketing, Chris and Ashton, to their face, and they'll answer it for you. I would say this is about a $400 value, but the truth is Chris charges $7,000 an hour inside of TF. And so $399 is way under value. I'm being conservative, ladies and gentlemen, because I want you to see the value here. This is a $1,000 value, but we ain't selling this for $1,000. We could. I bet we could. We should try that actually. Can't anymore. It's too late. We're going to actually give this to you for $6.95. $6.95.
What? $6.95.
This is the whole bundle. The Intelligent Advertiser Handbook, the Echo Targeting Manuscript, the Economics Calculator, the live event, and the live Q&A. It's $6.95. And you might be thinking, like, scratching your head, like, what in the freaking, why are you doing this? Why would you sell something that is combined up? See, even Paige says, I love you guys, but what's the catch? And I know people are going to ask this, but we're at a place now where, look, Chris just bought he just put under contract. I hope you don't mind me telling this because we playing this.
Go ahead.
$1 million lake house on Lake Norman. I've got a Turbo S being delivered today. We are successful to a level that I don't think we saw back in the day. And
Absolutely.
that's not to brag. It's not to brag. I'm not saying like that's something that you should be. I'm not bragging. I'm saying that we've gotten to a level where it's not all about the money for us. And I think that people sometimes say that, but they don't actually mean it. But for us, it's like real. We're living our lives. We're living the lives that we've always wanted to live. And I grabbed this picture because this guy is having a kid and he's like, I don't know, 12 years old or something. He's having a baby girl, and I just had a baby girl, and she's 10 weeks old today. And he said, there's no way I would be able to take care of this kid without TF. And he came in as a client 2 years ago. And if you've never gotten a message like this, then you don't understand that there's no amount of money in the bank. There's nothing that compares to this feeling. I would take lower revenue if we got more messages like this. And so the reason we're doing this is because we want to take as many people as possible from a place of struggle to a place of control, a place of lack to a place of abundance. We want more messages like these. And this is the best payment in the world. And all we really want to do is we want to recoup the costs of shipping this bundle to you. It's not just Ryan, it's thousands and thousands of other people. So that's why we are making this available to you for $6.95. It's not because of any other reason than we're just like, impact just lights me on fire. And it does the same for Chris. And I almost got emotional when I saw that picture, because this kid is like killing it. And he's been with us for 2 years, and we built his business and freaking love him. And so here is the URL that you can go to pick up this bundle. And again, the first 300 people, you get the live Q&A, get the economics calculator, you get the echo targeting manuscript, you get the private event training and the handbook at $6.95. And the question you need to be asking yourself right now, maybe this is your first training ever with us. And you're like, well, it seems, it's still a risk and $6 and whatnot. I get that. But what you need to be asking yourself is, what am I willing to trade right now so I can avoid staying stuck in a linear income? Are you willing to trade $6.95, which is basically 2 Starbucks, to learn these concepts and these frameworks that we talked about today that are actually capable of creating freedom for you? Are you willing to trade that? And, are you going to be a person who really doubles down on building your expertise, implementing properly? Like we said, the only difference between being at the end of your life stuck in a linear income where you have to trade your time for money versus having an amazing life with amazing income and amazing experience is the ability to build expertise and implement. And we've done the hard work of gathering the training, run it through thousands of clients to validate. But I'm asking you to meet us in the middle and cross that last 10% today. Invest $7 into yourself and dive in and be one of the first 300 so that you can be on the live stream next month. We will email you the dates, and it's going to be amazing. They may go for 3 or 4 hours. You'll get a replay of everything. And I didn't mention this, but this actual training will be taken down in 24 hours, and we'll include this training if you invest in this book as well. So that said, when you go and get the book, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to the intelligentadvertiser.com, just www.intelligentadvertiser.com, pick up the bundle, get the confirmation page, all those things, grab bonuses, whatever. Go take care of it. Then come back, type in the chat box, I did it. What's next? I did it. What's next? And we're going to handle some Q&A if you have any questions about this bundle while you do that.
Dude, Tarek said, you guys are crazy. Jill said, shut the front door. Carrie Ann said, ready to buy. Where's the freaking link? What do you guys craze? Angie said. Ann said, give us the link already. Ben said, my finger is itching to buy now. Karen said, yep, link please. Clint said, you guys are awesome. Yeah, dude, they're blowing it up. Hopefully the page doesn't break.
Which it did last time. So, Ashton, do we have any questions about, like questions like Renee's, like, can it be applied to any kind of advertising business? Let's hit some of those questions. If you have deep questions about like, well, how do I run this? Or like, how would you come up with this message? Go be one of the first 300, because we're not going to answer that here. We'll answer that in the Q&A with Chris and Ashton. And we'll email you.
Renee said, can it be applied to any kind of advertising business? Yes.
Okay, cool. What's next?
Jennifer said complete order button won't click. Hey, it might be your internet or it's just the traffic. Like literally our billing channel is just blowing up. So just keep trying.
And all you people who are in here saying, I did it, what's next? We're going to tell you what's next in just a minute as soon as we get through all the Q's.
It says, is it suitable for e-commerce and drop shipping? Yes. Katja said, yes, bought it.
James says, are the upgrades similar to Wealth Secrets? I don't know. You guys would have to answer that. I would say probably not. This is a totally different bundle. But hey, if you do, and it's the same thing, then just let us know. We'll take care of you on that. So Dale says, how long will it take to ship? 3 days?
Yeah, it'll ship out right away. Also, we only have 1,000 copies printed right now, so I'm not sure how long it'll take after those go. Karen said, I did it, spilled my water getting to my laptop. Hopefully you didn't spill the water on the laptop.
Peter says, do you ship outside the USA? Yes, we do. Is it good for advertising a teaching course, Chris?
Absolutely. Again, guys, like we sell products anywhere from obviously $7 up to over $15,000. And these principles that we use to sell those products, those offers, we've put those principles into this book.
What else we got? What else we got? Dave says, grateful for your expertise. Bro, we are grateful to give it to you. We made a lot of mistakes along the way. We still make a lot of mistakes.
Dude, freaking a lot.
That's our goal, though, is to package those up and teach them to you so you don't have to make the same ones. Rob says, anyone here not in CK, seriously, get on it. Sandy says, where do you guys live? Nashville, Tennessee for me. We have headquarters in Nashville. We're about to open up headquarters in Charlotte, North Carolina as well. So anytime you're in Nashville, if you've gotten something from us, hit us up. We'd love to show you the office anytime. Cool. Any other questions about this bundle before we wrap up? And we'll talk.
Hey, our team just said it's another 2 weeks after the first 1,000 go. FYI. So you better get on that.
Wes says, is selling this bundle at such a great price one of your mistakes? LOL, in my opinion, it's the best mistake you've ever made.
You know what? For us, dude, it's just fun, man. This is fun, dude. It's so fun. And really the content in this book is so awesome. Plus the other stuff in this bundle is freaking ridiculous. So we love the energy from this, and we want to see you guys actually get this stuff and put action to it. Like actually use it.
Love it. All right. Sharon says, I'm in Nashville and one of your subscribers. Man, Devin or someone hit Sharon up and let her know that she can visit anytime she wants. Okay, guys. Do you have a date for the Q&A? Or do we want to email that to people? We're probably over 300, so we'll have to take the first 300. Maybe we'll open up another Q&A after the first 300. But if you don't have a date, we can just email those to people.
Ashton would know that.
Ashton, any thoughts?
We want to plan it for 2 weeks.
Cool. All right. They don't have it. So we'll email it to you. We'll email you the dates. We'll do a Zoom webinar. It'll be private. And a lot of this stuff on here, you're going to get digital access to as well. So you should have an email within the next hour or two that will give you some of the access to the digital stuff, obviously the calculator, the echo targeting manuscripts. The advertiser handbook is shipped to you, so you should get that in 2 or 3 days. We'll ship it out tonight, and then we'll email you the details for the Q&A. I don't see any other questions that we should answer right here, so I think we might be good to wrap up. Also, last thing, if you do have any other questions and we didn't get to them, you see this number at the bottom right-hand side of the screen, 615-953-9536. You can call that number. Those are our offices, and we have a team standing by. They'll answer any questions that you have, and they can either, if you're uncomfortable, like putting in your card information for shipping or whatever over the internet, they can call you, and you can just give it over the phone, and they'll plug it in on our private software here in the office, and that'll get you in as well. And they might be able, they might have some wiggle room to give you some extra stuff if you need it. You just got to call them and talk to them, tell them what you need. And I know our team here will do anything to help people. So
True.
Give them a call. And if you have any other questions, send them in. And it was amazing spending the day with you guys. Chris, any last words?
So glad to spend time with you guys.
Do you guys want to announce the winners?
Oh, yes, bro.
All righty. Winners are Austin Dixon, James Choi, Paul Cup, and Omar Sagan. Sagan. Apologies for butchering the name. Those guys are the winners. Reach out to me, Ashton Shanks, or shoot us a message on our page. We will get you guys your prizes.
Hey, do you have an email that they can send you? Is it ashtons@trafficandfunnels.com?
Yes.
You want to pop that in the chat and they can go ahead and email you and you can get their information. We'll ship that off to them. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. You guys are the best in the world. Nobody like you. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for putting in the time. And thank you for investing into yourself. Your family
Boom,
will
boom.
for it one day. I promise you. I know from experience. Adios.